think we're officially live as of now. Let's just check the stream. You're good. What is up, Ash? Just grab this link. Hold on, guys. Sweet, and we're live. Awesome. So we're back with another episode of the Personal Collection. Today we have CardsStory. You guys know about his thread. He posts every week on Twitter. All the different vintage collectors hang out there on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. We all share cards, and really, really great group of collectors. Well, he spearheaded it probably like a year or a year and a half ago. So we're going to have him on, showcase his PC. Last time he was on the channel, he shared his catcher PC, but I know it's morphed quite a bit, and he's picked up some really great cards recently. So we'll see how his PC is changing, why he kind of pivoted from just catchers, and see some of those cards. Before we have him on as well, if you guys don't know, we are doing group subs for SGC. We're sending out our first order early next week, but we'll be accepting orders for March. The information is on our website. Just click the SGC tab. Going to make some really awesome content with that. We have a few different people here on the live. All right, let's add them on.
Yo.
Over here. How's it going, man?
Yo, what's up, bro? How you doing?
Not too bad. It's been like a year and a half since you've been on the channel, or something like that?
Yeah, probably. At least.
Yeah. So first off, if people don't know you, you want to talk a little bit about how you got into collecting, how you build out this nice Twitter thread every single week where everyone hangs out at, and different things like that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I started collecting when I was probably 6 years old or so, honestly. I think 2001 or so I started opening packs. Pretty much.
Good year with the Pujols intro.
Yeah, never had one. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I didn't open a lot, but that's one I never got. But yeah, I pretty much collected up until senior year of high school. Took a little time off. Went to college for a little bit, and then pretty much as soon as I came home and got settled in my apartment, that's when I really started getting back into it and really focusing on vintage more than anything else. But
before then, were you mostly just modern, or did you have a little bit in vintage?
I always liked vintage, but I kept it. Honestly, I had a lot of autographs and stuff, Hall of Famers from like 80s and 90s, mostly like Philly sports teams. Then pretty much sold that all off and really started using all that money towards building my vintage up a little bit, and pretty much haven't stopped from there. So.
Do you remember what your first vintage card that you got into?
I remember it was a couple 52 Bowmans that I had. I think that's what really got me hooked. I started buying a lot of early Bowman 49 through 55. Then kind of branched out from there.
And then you focused on catchers for quite a while, right?
Yeah, I was doing catchers I still am slowly. It's a slow build now, but yeah, I put a lot of 6 months into that, where I was, buying a couple here and there every day for $2, $3, $4, but kind of put that on the back burner as I, I'm kind of selling off a lot of cards right now and going after bigger ones. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've seen the maze that you just posted today. I think maybe that'd be a good way to start it.
Yeah, I actually got that was one of the ones.
56, right? That you picked up?
Yeah, it was a 56 PSA 5, which is really nice.
That's a great one.
So got a Hank Aaron PSA 6 on the way from the same seller, or buddy Jeff.
Same year too, right?
Yeah. Yep, 56.
Beautiful. Now you just need to get the mantle.
No, that's exactly what I asked him earlier if he had any, but that's a little out of my range right now. But
they're crazy expensive. It's Triple Crown year.
1,300 or something for like a 1 or 2.
Yeah, around there, especially on the centering side of things.
Yeah, got out of my range. But yeah, now I'm kind of in between pre-war and mostly early 50s right now, mid 50s. Kind of bounce back and forth where I go on a week or two span where, I'm strictly pre-war, and then where I'm at right now where I'm picking up 56s and looking for manuals and stuff like that. So
let's see and we got a few comments here as well too.
Yeah.
What is good, Ash? What is good, Wizard of Albies?
Pretty much a couple from the a couple The 50 ones. This is another recent pickup. Nice Jackie.
You've significantly upgraded the cards that you're picking up, though. Like
Yeah.
that is a really good pick.
I never was too big into the grade, but I've been going after 4s and 5s lately more than usual. This is I picked up at the National this year.
That was from John, right?
From John Ogg, yep.
Yeah, I remember seeing that there too.
That was the card I pretty much made my goal, and then my buddy reached out and said he just seen him, and then he had a PSA 1 on him, which is pretty much all I was looking for with my price range, and instantly DM'd him and said I'll be there tomorrow if you can hold it for me, and drove down at like 10 o'clock at night, met him the next day, and luckily closed the deal on that.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's great.
Insane collection as well.
Oh, dude, he was showing me a Wagner. He picked up a cigar box label while I was there. Thing was nuts.
He has a few Wagners. I remember he showed, man, which one was it? It was like another like a portrait type of Wagner.
Yep.
It's rarer than the T206. He always talks to me about it.
It's insane.
It is.
I don't know how to do it. This is actually another one I picked up. I just got in this week. It's the
Satchel
49 picture pack. It's a blank back, but this is one of those where I've seen it and pretty much didn't go to sleep until I found a way to buy it. So
those are, I mean, for how expensive his other cards are, I know those technically aren't a card. It's kind of like a weird gray area, but they're so affordable in comparison.
I think I paid around $600 for that, and
I'd rather have that than a 53 and a 1.
Yeah, for how scarce.
Yep,
that's what I have. My 53 is a 1.5, which I like it, but I like the picture pack better, and it displays better.
Well, your new studio, you're definitely gonna have that in the background.
I hope so. It's gonna be a little limited, but
that's all right.
What else do I have to bring out? Just a couple nice caramel cards. Addy Joss.
Nice.
This one I got from
his stuff still feels pretty underappreciated. I mean, he's the tragic story of being a really good pitcher, but dying at 30 or 31. And I mean, who knows if he had a full career?
Right. Yeah, this is the one I got from you, the Ed Walsh.
Yep.
Which I love.
Really, really good pitcher. I think lowest whip, or that was Joss that had. Well, they were very close, like very lowest whip of all time.
Yeah, and he had the ERA. 40 wins. I think he had like a 1.2 ERA or something.
Crazy.
The Wee Willie Killer I got from actually my wife got me that for Christmas last year.
Always the horizontal cards are always pretty cool.
I love them. This is another one I got this past month. Which is the
a nap. That's a good nap too.
From our buddy Hunter.
Hunter. Speaking of Hunter, he's in here as well.
There he is. I knew he's making an appearance.
We got Tyler on here that loves these lives. Well, I appreciate you hanging out. Hunter, man, that's a big spider on the wall. Collector's grade, Chef Kiss.
I had to take all my portraits down and everything. It was a shame.
It's a pain moving, man.
Yeah, I loved it, the setup, but what it is. It was another early 1900 T227 Chief Ben.
T227, yeah.
Love this set.
I want to get the Jack Johnson in that set, but it's so pricey.
Yeah, I was actually recently. I don't know where was I looking at one. I don't think it was for sale, but I didn't realize how nice it was. I don't really pay attention to the boxing cards much, but
he's the mantle of boxing.
Yep. This is a nice Wagner I picked up this past year. Playing card from the National Game set.
Is that the same set of the Cobb that you're sending in?
Yeah, that is. Yeah, so that would be nice just to display them together. A nice Johnson I picked up this year. Maple Chris
Maple. Yeah, those are tough to find.
They are tough. Not the craziest low pop, but enough to where they don't pop up much.
Someone on YouTube, I think it was me and Jeannie, found one that had like without a back on it. But
I was watching. I think actually in that video, like either a week or two after I got that card, I ended up seeing that video and I was watching it.
It's interesting.
Which is
there's so much out here that's just undiscovered that we really don't know about these sets, and no one really documented them.
John Morton recently found what did he find? He found that Ruth
That Spanish Ruth.
with the first
That
back
was,
round of
that
that.
was so cool. I was like, how? Like,
Did that hit auction yet?
um, where did he send it? Heritage? It might be in their auction now. I haven't seen him post about it yet, though.
I want to see where that goes.
I'm really curious. I think it'll be a 5-figure card because I figure there's so much New York money out there that someone will put like a stupid bid on it.
The only one that's known? I would hope so.
Imagine it goes for 6 figures. That's the find of the century right there.
Yep. That's another one I actually picked up from you.
Yep.
One I was after for a while, a card from this set.
Definitely a later card of his, but still it's a really nice set to find.
Yeah,
There's some crazy cards in there though. I think it's the Bobby Jones golf one that's like a 5-figure card, and so is Red Grange.
and he doesn't.
But they don't sell. So you gotta hope that you watch that one auction that ends every 10 years, and that card is specifically in that auction. You don't get outbid.
Right. What else? It's a nice
Mando in here.
Nice trade card from 1887. Or I'm sorry,
1880s, right?
78. I'm sorry.
Oh, 1878. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
Nice.
gold borders like the T205s.
Yeah, that's the only problem with it. I think that's why I don't know if it's trimmed or what, but they gave it an A.
I think that sometimes happens with paper loss.
Because the rest of it the back looks nice. But that was one I found. I don't know. The price I paid on eBay, I couldn't pass up. I think like 150 or something.
How much was it?
Like 150 or 140 or something.
That feels so cheap though for an 1878 card, right?
40-year-old card, yeah. I checked right out, put it right in my cart before someone. It's another nice one I picked up this year.
Oh, the Garrig.
They crossed the Garrig off. That's what I didn't think I was going to do.
Someone just posted a which Garrig was it? The cash in from 1929. I was like, that was a good one too on Twitter.
They ain't selling that.
Yep.
Which I wish I could, but I can't.
Just I looked at that card. I'm like, man, am I gonna buy that? But I just bought that. I just bought some of those Red Suns, so I was like, I gotta chill.
Yeah, it's not a good time for me, but I would like to. It was another nice oversized
exhibits of Hornsby.
Yep, love. I don't know why a lot of people. I was talking about this with a sports card therapist, the guy Rob, last week. People don't really like oversized cards. I'm not sure why, but
I think it's the storage side of things. Yeah. I mean, it's like, but also if you think about it, it's like smaller cards with modern too. Like people don't like Allen Ginter tobacco size cards that are today. Like for some reason, some of the larger cards outsell the minis, which the minis are rare. It makes no sense.
That's another nice Fox I picked up.
Ooh, 1933 DeLong. That's a classic one.
Yeah, it's another one I was happy. I found a good price on that 54 when I had some money in my PayPal, so I ended up jumping all over that one.
Speaking of Fox, Floating Head said someone should grab your Gaudi one. I think it was 1938 one that you had for sale?
Yeah, my 38, yeah.
Then New York Money, Hi Guys, great cards, Yan. And then Orlando says some of those 1800 cards are undervalued. I think they are. I mean, you just don't see them that often, even at shows.
Yep.
All you need is a floating wall shelf to display the large slabs.
Exactly. Or just put them behind your smaller slabs. That's what I do. It's a nice what is it?
7574?
74, that's what it is, yeah. Which is actually, I don't think there's many strip card sets from the 30s, but this is considered a strip card.
There's not much.
Not much at all. I think this is like 1 of 15 graded between PSA and SGC. So I was shocked when I found that.
It's like 32, right?
32, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really know that until after I looked at it.
It's way rarer than his Gaudi.
Right. And I think I actually sold off the what's the past? Think of what that card is. The Gaudi pastels or whatever they are. The National Chickle.
Oh, the Chickles, the 34 through 36s.
Yeah, I ended up selling. I had his card with Connie Mack that I ended up selling.
Oh, I was thinking different. I know which ones you're talking about. Those giants.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the Chickle cards, the smaller ones at first.
Yeah.
He's in that set too. I actually have one of those, or one of those larger cards. I think it was of Coiler and Speaker. but somewhere.
It's a nice gold coin card I picked up.
Silver Flint.
1880. Nice back.
Yep, Hunter knows R312. That is exactly it.
That is it. And then another. This is actually the same player, coincidentally. But,
So what made you? I mean, was it just chance that you picked up that player as a catcher, or did you decide like early on I want to grab the catcher and he's super affordable?
I'm pretty sure I got them both from Adam.
Okay.
He was posted both of them like a week apart, and I was kind of on like a little 19th century binge of cards, and they're both catchers, so kind of
like buy it,
blend it well there. Actually, I left. One sec.
Sure thing. And while I look for some more cards, if you guys have more questions, feel free to put it in the chat too. We'll answer those. I got a question for you before you show off some other stuff. How do you make your decision on what cards that you want to sell and what cards you end up wanting keeping in your PC? Because I feel like that's the hardest part of being a collector is deciding like, dang, I have to sell off this card to upgrade into something else. And you sometimes you have regrets, but other times you're like, I made the right move. What's your path on that?
So I usually base it off. It kind of depends on the card I'm going after. If it's a card that I know I don't have that chance to grab often, I'll usually, I'll look over a few cards. The cards I can either live without or I know I can replace a year or two down the line. Those are usually the easier ones to sell. But there's a few where, I have to mull over for a while if it's worth. There's been times where, I have my mind set on selling a card and then I go to post it and I can't do it.
Any of them that you showed were cards that you were going to sell and you're like, I'm actually going to keep that one.
Do I have any right now, you said?
No, I said any of those cards that you showed a bit earlier were any of those kind of those like, I'm going to sell it and then actually I'm going to take that back? I
don't think among these, not really. I got a box next to me that's like I'm packing away, but that's where now that it's in there, it's easier to flip through. But none of these I think I've really come that close to selling. Maybe one of the Jimmy Foxes, but that's probably it.
Definitely don't sell that DeLong though. That's a classic card. I love that set. There's been so many inspirations of that set since then. Yep. It's a shame they had a 1-year history.
Yep, that's my favorite set ever, actually. That's like the main reason I kind of went out on a limb there and bought it the day I did. But
and I could be wrong, but the guy that designed that set actually worked at Gaudi before too.
Yeah, the guy that did the bios and stuff.
Something like that. I don't know specifically what he did at Gaudi, but he worked over at that company. And then you just think about it like, that's the one company I wish didn't really run out of business right with World War II. I mean, they made so many classic sets throughout the 30s, and then poof, they're gone.
Yeah, just gone. Yep.
But then Gummings is still around and builds out Bowman in 48, and then all those other sets before Topps buys them out.
Yep.
Don't really like the play ball designs. I think they're kind of ugly.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, would you rather have Gaudi designs or would you rather have play ball?
I'd rather have Gaudi, yeah.
Yeah. So, if Gaudi was still around, what would they made in the 50s, late 40s, early 50s?
They would have did a lot.
Exactly. Imagine the Gaudi versus Topps war. Right. I mean, our designs throughout the 40s, 50s, and 60s would be way different.
Same. Bigger cards probably too.
Yeah.
But I don't know whatever happened. This is I actually showed this off about a week ago too. I picked up. This is the
Felts.
Yeah, the Shields Joe Jackson felt, which I picked up. And then the
is that a giant mag as well?
Like, yeah. Actually,
I didn't know they made mags that big.
Dude, Hunter showed me these. It's like he's a lifesaver.
Those are cool.
Picked up a bunch of them after he told me that. They're like $15 a piece. 8x10. It's good for displaying stuff.
Definitely. And then that game's asked, what's your opinion on the Chickle football?
I don't know much about it, for being honest.
So, it's a classic set. It has the Bronco Nagurski, which is kind of like the Mount Rushmore of football cards.
That's not the Diamond Stars football set, is it?
Yeah, it is. The Diamond Stars Chickle, 1935.
It's nice. I mean, that's one of my top 5 favorite baseball sets. So I don't collect football, but it's one of my all-time favorite designs.
And then we got, doesn't Upper Deck own the Gaudy brand? Yeah, they made Gaudy cards. I know I have Kershaw rookies that they had in there. They also had Gaudy cards. I think it was like Ken Griffey Jr. and Derek Jeter says at the bottom. It was like Evan Longoria rookie year. Maybe that's the same year as Kershaw. But they made a few of the releases as well. There's Scherzer rookies in there.
Those were like 2008 or something, right?
2008, yeah.
I used to collect those a lot.
I remember opening up those packs, and I can't remember who the error card was on where they flipped Griffey and Jeter on one of them. But
I was 8th grade at the time. I used to love that set.
I remember buying those at clearance at some of the sports stores. There was like $10 a blaster. It was like, all right, 50% off. I'm like, $10, so why not?
That's cool.
No, you don't get anything really good, but you open it up and you're like, these are fun.
Yeah, it was fun at the time when I wasn't after anything big.
Yeah. The occasional jersey card or something like that, and you're hoping, you're like, okay, maybe we'll get like a Garrett or a Ruth or something else.
When I was younger, that's all I looked for was jersey cards. And remember pulling a Bonds when I was a kid and going nuts.
Man, the craziest like jersey / autograph card. So back in 2011, Topps had their like diamond anniversary, and I got one that says "Happy Anniversary Topps," signed by Brooks Robinson, black card, silver ink, and everything else.
It's incredible.
And then 2004 basketball packs pulled a Dwight Howard rookie auto number to 25.
Damn, still got that?
Still got it. That's my like one basketball card in my PC I'm not going to sell just because it's like
special.
It's just special to me.
I love it. Really take out too much. Take out. It's another one that was fun to grab. Actually, I think this is the R311. I'm sorry.
What team was it? I can't see from here.
That's the AL All Stars. I'm sorry. Fox, Hornsby, Gehrig, Cochran, Lefty Grove, all them guys.
A lot of good Hall of Famers in there.
Figured all of them in one card. Hank Greenberg. That was I think that's the only time I've ever come across that card for sale on eBay. And that was another one where I was like, I probably won't see it again for a little while, so
gotta buy it.
Snagged it up.
We got a few more questions over here. Topps made National Chickle set in 2010. Yep, Buster Posey rookie card is in there, I think. No Stanton, though. I'd love a standalone with the new design Scouty set. Yeah, that would be nice, too. Tell us about a card that you have that we wouldn't think that you would collect.
Hold on.
And a few more comments over here. Love that silver ink 60th set. Pulled a Marischal back in 2011. That's a really good one, too.
It's probably the weirdest player I PC'd was Lon Warnicki. I kind of moved away from this card. I actually just sold, but
so who is he exactly?
He was a pitcher for the Cubs and Cardinals in the early 30s and like the early 40s. Pitched the first All-Star game. And I think he hit the first triple in NL history and then scored the first run in NL All-Star history. And then an umpire, and he's the only person to umpire in and play in a World Series on All-Star game.
That's really interesting.
He was a good pitcher. I think he was like 190 and like, I don't know, whatever it was good. I forget his ERA. Not a Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I was going to say Hall of Very Good or something like that.
Yeah, but that's probably the player I have ever collected.
And then Orlando goes, what's your favorite card in your collection?
Favorite card? That was actually, which I think you were a part of this one, but
yep, the Ty Cobb.
This will always be my favorite, which is actually a gift from you and a bunch of friends on Twitter. So
you deserve it, man. Like you've helped us with so many sales. Like there's stuff that none of us could sell. We throw it in your thread and boom, it sells.
I do appreciate it though. It's still crazy to me. That was actually the card I had saved for the last, but
did you kind of have an idea like when you got that package, you're like, what the heck is this? Or what was your like
I didn't know
real-time moment when you're opening that up?
Ben messaged me the night before and said, yeah, you're going to get something in the mail. Just do me a favor and, record yourself. And I'm like, all right. I didn't know. I thought it was just him sending something. And then, I opened it up. It was a cigar box. And I thought that was cool as hell. I'm like, oh, this is nice. And inside of there, I seen the eBay, the authentication envelope. And I'm like, oh, shit. As soon as I opened it, I seen the sunset. And I'm like, oh, damn. No way.
I think everyone said that you wanted a Cobb for a while, so
That was like Breakout card was any T206 Cobb. So couldn't have had a better gift there.
And then Brendan says lobby cards during a paper shortage probably won't happen, but would make for a great short print redemption. Let's take a look at some more cards.
Yeah. This is a Mathewson I picked up this year.
The Matty
205. It's a nice
Millot. That's such an affordable Millot card too, for like how nice it is.
cheaper than his Gaudy, which and I think it's
way cheaper.
Sorry, there's a little glare there from my phone, but
it's all right.
Another Diamond Stars.
Jimmy Fox.
One of his only catching cards. This is a big reason why I went for that one.
What do you like better, the design on those or the Gaudy?
I like Diamond Stars better.
Diamond Stars.
Personally.
I feel like if they were a year or 2 years earlier, they would be a lot more popular.
Yeah.
For some reason, a lot of people in the hobby always think also the Gaudis are the rookie cards of so many players.
Yeah, they're really not at all. I mean, there's a lot of more scarce sets, but so I got a couple here. It's a nice 55 doubleheader Jackie.
Yeah.
It's a nice one. Actually love this set.
They fold over and everything too.
Yep. Just like the T201 set.
Yep.
It's a nice cash, and I grabbed.
Hack Wilson. He doesn't have a lot of cards.
Not at all. That's another reason why I was like, all right.
Yeah, you have that one. Then you have his Gaudy. Then you have one in 34 as well.
Yeah.
What I don't know what his first card is in top of the head, but
there's an oversized card. I can't think of the set, Blue Ribbon or something that I've seen, but he doesn't have many. It's another nice oversized Chuck Klein.
Nice.
He's like sort of considered a rookie, but not as full blown rookie. I'm not sure. Did a little bit of research on that one. It's a nice Zach Wheat exhibit.
It's a cool one. Horizontal.
I actually just picked his autograph up, so I wish I had it over here, but it's packed away somewhere.
That's all right. We got a few more comments too. Albies is asking, we need to see a spawn.
Oh, I got a spawn for you.
Double D Vintage Baseball says loves that 55. And then that game says, which SGC slab style is your favorite, the old ones or the new ones?
The new ones.
They're so much easier to read too.
Never liked the older ones. There's a nice spawn here.
The Red Heart.
Nice Red Heart. Another great set.
The classic Stan Musial in that set.
Yeah, nice for Hunter here.
Yep.
And that's a nice 1950
Richie Ashburn, 1950 Bowman. That's sweet.
Another double header that I picked up last year. Nice Ted. And another
something controversial. Spawn Red Heart over usual Red Heart. Ooh.
I'm not gonna do that. I think it's but
we'll let them fight in the comments.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay out of it. It's a nice Dizzy Dean.
His stuff has gone really, really popular. I mean, it's always been popular, but like with the last 12 to 18 months, it's skyrocketed.
I think I picked this up for like 150, 125 a couple of years ago and sent that in to get graded like in October. I was actually happy it got a 3. I was expecting like a 1.5. Kind of helped hook me up there.
It definitely helps when you have like something else that grades a little bit lower. Then you're like, that 3 doesn't hurt as much.
Exactly. Another Fatima. I love this set. It's the A's team that went on to win the World Series that year. I think Eddie Plank.
I had a few of those before.
Such a great set. I want the one with I think it's Cleveland that has Shoeless Joe.
There's also Thorpe in that set too, I believe.
Yeah.
One of the New York teams has Thorpe on it, and that one's pretty expensive. I think that might be the best one in this set.
Yep, I think that's the Shoeless Joe, and then
yeah,
I think there might be the Pirates one, and then I guess maybe with Honus. There's another nice Walter Johnson. I hate to be great at this. I don't know why they didn't put a better holster in there, but
one day his cards will go up a lot.
They didn't do this. They didn't do the
extra there. That's interesting.
But whatever. Another underappreciated set. That set sells for pretty cheap, honestly.
Still a lot of stuff pre-war does. I think it'll eventually catch on, but it's all the research behind it too.
I got that Mathewson for like $330 or something, $345.
I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
For a 1.5, or it was actually a 1. I'm sorry, but
still,
for a graded Mathewson for under $400, I'll take that.
Absolutely. Is there any card that you would sell your entire collection for?
Nah, probably not. I can never just have one card.
I think about.
I don't know.
I don't know if there's specifically one card, but like I would liquidate most of my baseball cards for the 1903 Hannes Wagner, because I think that should be up there with the T206. I don't know if it should be worth more. It's a lot rarer of a card, and it's definitely earlier in his career.
Is that the oversized one?
No, it's a smaller card. I think it's E107.
Okay, not the Sporting News.
No, that one's really cool. It's affordable too, but this is the first ever cards in the early 1900s.
Okay,
but I think that Hannes Wagner is it's about $100,000 right now, give or take. But they don't really sell off that often.
Still seems cheap compared to the T206.
And it's rarer. That's the thing that's interesting.
Yeah, it's nuts. You don't ever see them come up.
But there's two types of it. So there's a type 1 that people are. I might be mixing up the two different types. So I apologize. Let me know if I'm mixing them up. But there's type 1 that was issued, and there's a type 2 that's cut out from the box or something like that. So there's a big difference in pricing. But there's a lot of Hall of Famers in that set. The first Nap card is also in that set.
Okay, I'll have to check it out.
But selling the rest of my stuff, no, because my music or non-sports stuff, some of that's has taken me years to find, and I know if I sell it, it'll take me even more to find that card. And I'm gonna go, damn it, why did I sell it?
Yeah, I couldn't live with myself letting everything go. I don't think I could sleep at night if I did that.
Yep, we got a few more comments over here. So I'd sell most of mine for either of the Stan 1946 issues. Man, it kind of pisses me off. I've been close to a Propaganda's Montiel 2 or 3 times, and the deal has fallen off at the 11th hour. Super close on closing these deals, and then last second, actually, I don't want to sell this card now, which I don't blame them, but I really want to have one of those in my PC.
That's torture. I know Hunter's been talking about it for 2 years.
Yeah, and then Luke says a signed 1948 Leaf Jackie Robinson. Luke, you're building that full set though of all those autos.
It's insane too. Every time I see it.
I know you just picked up you got to get on episode eventually, but you just picked up one of the short print autographs today, didn't you? Can't remember. Maybe it was George Kell. And then JB says, do you feel different about cards having seen a Hannes or Mickey 52 tops?
Haven't seen it.
I think maybe at card shows or something like that. Have you seen the grill? Did anything surprise you? I mean, that's my assumption what the question is.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, we actually both seen the 52 mantle, which was nuts.
I've seen quite a few 52 mantles.
Didn't really see them.
But I've seen the 9.5, and I think I've seen they had the 9.5 and the 10 at the National. So I saw both of those, which are two of the 4 nicest cards. And then I've seen countless Hannes Wagner rookies, or not rookies, but the T206s.
Did they have a Wagner at the National this year?
I think they did.
I thought they did, but I couldn't remember. I did see it at the Hall of Fame though when I was at their exhibit.
One year they had a 3 at the National, or maybe it was the Philly show that there was a 3 there, and then there's a few others that I've seen. Okay. There's been 2 at Dallas shows, 1 or 2 at the National, and then I think Philly had 1 or 2 before as well. So I've seen 5 or 6. The card that you don't see that often, which is even cooler, which Luke will appreciate, is the Josh Gibson from 1951-52. That is a much tougher card. So at the Philly show, I got excited when I saw that card.
Is that the Tolstoy or?
Yeah, or whatever the set is named. I'm blanking right now, but that set itself, that is a much tougher card to find. And there was a high grade at the Philly show. One of the auction houses had on display. I'm that is the card I'm excited to see. And then one time they had an Oscar Charleston card from 1924. I think REA had that one out there. I'm this is the type of stuff I like seeing. Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's cool seeing like a Hannes Wagner or a high grade Mickey Mantle card, but when you're getting this like single digit cards of legendary players that don't really have many cards out there, that's when you stop and stare at these, and it's like the auction houses bring out. You're like, that's a cool card.
Right.
So we got a few more stuff over here. Luke got the George Kell. Sorry about. No, you're good, man.
No, you're all good.
Mr. Colateros is my top goal this year, man. Luke, I do hope you win it, man. Like, I hope you find one. That would like be the crown of your collection, even though you have quite a few Jackie autos and so much cool stuff, man. You saw it at the Philly show? No, I don't know if it was for sale though. Like, it was an auction house that had it. Might have been like 2 years ago.
Showing it off.
Yeah, I think they just had it on display. Oh, auction house, something make run at it. And then best seller you like to deal with. Who's your favorite seller on the Twitter thread?
Probably Jeff, that I buy from frequently. But there's a lot of people I deal with that.
Sorry.
Probably like Jay's good, you're good. But
we have like a solid community of like 20, 30 sellers there that everyone gets their stuff out. Pretty honest with pricing and everything.
Yeah. I feel like there's a new, big seller that pops on Twitter every month or two now.
That's a good thing though. I know I just had one of the dealers up in Boston that says, "Hey, I'm finally starting on Twitter. I want to do the thread. Give me a shout out tomorrow." And of course, Twitter is down yesterday.
Oh, dude, that was terrible. And now it's like other people are running threads, and I'm like, I don't want to push mine, but do it again. So I was like, I'll just give it a go next week. And
everyone's there anyways. So what is? I know you say you wouldn't sell everything in your collection for a card, but what is like your holy grail card that you want to achieve right now? Like maybe something within the next 3 years, and then something like is your lifetime grail card?
Probably a 51 Bowman Maze. That's like the one card I've always wanted. Probably more than any other card, but
I've had one for. I had 151 Bowman Maze for about 2 months before it got confiscated, which is unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. I think about it a lot. Those cards. I mean, if I wanted to sell a bunch, I could make it happen, but I also hate letting go of that many cards at once.
I feel like you could find it though, like compared to like building up all your other cards.
Yeah, I mean,
it would take so much time to find all those other cards again, rather than that 51.
Exactly. I've considered it.
Well, how about your like lifetime card? What's your lifetime card that you want to get one day?
Probably a 48 Leaf Jackie, or probably a 49 Bowman Satchel Page. They're like the two I really
ones.
Nothing too crazy that I know. I mean, there's a lot of cards I would love to have, but being realistic, they're probably up there with my top three if I had to put it. Or a Ruth, honestly, a nice Ruth.
His stuff is
probably like an exhibits or something a little different.
A lot rarer than the Gaudis too.
Yeah, the Gaudis you see. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love to own one, but I always like owning cards you see less of.
That's my philosophy on things too. Like if I can replace it within 6 months, I'm not like super attached to it. I'm like, all right, let's find something else.
Exactly. Yeah, I've been kind of moving that way.
A few more comments over here. Looked at a 52 Topps mantle with a couple old friends just a few hours ago. I had to tell them I had low eye appeal because it's only an SGC3. I don't know if that's about low eye appeal right there. And then I'll never sell my 52 mantle.
Smart.
Orlando, I think you should to SGC for regrading. Don't blame me, Orlando. Crazy card to own. I couldn't imagine owning a 52 mantle.
No.
You would like my 51 Bowman Maze. It's a SGC 5.5 with an old SGC holder. Terrible eye appeal. Yeah. I mean, all grading companies have changed their standards, though. Like, if you look at even like some old Gaudi cards or T206s that are 2s or 3s, they'd be 1s today's.
I'll live with any Maze rookie.
Great taste.
Appreciate it.
Neither. My man. What's up, Mangini?
What's up, man?
Sometimes you got to sell some pieces to get a big card. It's easier to reacquire those smaller cards over time. Yep, that can happen quite a bit. Hi, John. And then my all-time grail card, if money was an option, Walter Johnson. Yeah, I really want to have one of those. But those are now like 5-figure cards, even in low grade.
Yeah, they're going like 20 grand on eBay or something. The last time I see one.
Yeah. I will gladly sell my T206, Walter Johnson, and a few other pieces to get one of those if I have the opportunity to do so. but I don't even have like a 5-figure card in my collection.
No, me neither. I think maybe 1,500 is the most.
Just picked up some Jacobine. I got to watch your video if you posted it already. Lando. Also, I got to get you on here too, Mangini. We got to figure out a date, maybe March or April.
Collection's insane.
Oh, I know. You always see some really cool cards on there.
Always. Stuff I'd never seen. I know that. Then I'm like, damn. Start going to eBay. Start spending money.
Let's see some more cards.
Oh, yeah. More. It's a nice Concord U.S. Caramel. 32. What else? It's a nice Goodwin Champs. 1888.
Did you watch Orlando's episode, his full set?
I did not know that.
You gotta watch it, man. Highest graded set.
I don't even know how you could pull that off.
Years and years.
It's a nice, I guess it's trimmed, but whatever.
It's all right. It still looks nice.
I can
Mangini, was that the Red Sun? I think there was someone that was posting it on Facebook.
It's a nice Sisler strip card I picked up.
It'll be 551. I have a few from that set. There's still a few other like miscellaneous sports that I need to grab.
Sucks this didn't get a number grade. It's nice, but whatever. Nice Cracker Jack.
Ted Easterly.
Nice. I don't know. I got it too. I'm not sure why, but someone had a theory it was soaked or something. I forget. Someone said on Twitter.
Someone was saying that there was a seller that had a bunch of them graded at the Houston show. I think it was John that was saying that.
Okay.
And then there was like a lot of 1.5s, 2s. Maybe it came from that set.
I bought it this past summer, I think.
It was a little different. I wasn't actually familiar with him as a boxer. I don't know all the specific fights. I know a lot of the bigger names, but that's about it.
Nice W572 Hornsby.
Hornsby right there.
Yeah, nice one. And nice. This is like one of my lower pop cards that I have. I think this is I forget 4 or 5 of them graded. I think between SGC and PSA. It's a tough set. Nice 55. A little tape, but I love the cards with the tape.
They always get 1.5s, but you can find some good deals.
Yeah, I actually bought that from a Sack reseller on Twitter.
He's another good seller on there too.
Yep. Nice Jackie.
And then Hunter has another question for you. What's your favorite regional issue or food company issue?
And
then John collects the W572s. He's building the set.
That's that. Favorite regional. What's the was it the Wilson Franks? Is that what it is? With the camp?
Yeah. With the Ted that's like really expensive right now.
Yeah, the white background. Probably that.
Those are really nice.
I guess Redman's more tobacco, so you can't consider that. But I always love the Redman set too.
They're not super popular though.
With the Redmans?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. They're affordable too.
Back to the oversized theory.
Yeah. Which again.
And Jake says, "What's up, fellas? What's up, Jake? I appreciate you being in the live." One of my favorite boxing cards is the 1910 Mecca T220 Sullivan versus Kilrain. Such a legendary fight. Oh, I haven't shown it yet, at least on YouTube, but I just picked up the Kimball Sullivan. So luckily, I ran into a seller that had it for 40 years, and then he was selling his whole boxing collection. Asked him if he had any Sullivans. Pulled that one out. So the card has saved me 3 times. Still upset. I was trying to buy one off of a website, and then they pulled it from me. I'm not going to say the whole story, but it got graded a 5, and I'm like, but I got one with the stain now on the back and everything, so probably like 1 or 2, but still happy to get one. Then Mangini, you have that Ted. got to show it in this video when we do it.
I love
Dylan, what's the mix of where you buy your cards? Twitter versus shows versus eBay versus auction houses? You have some cool ones you don't see much.
Mostly eBay, honestly, and Twitter. It's probably the only two places a couple cards I got from Net 54, but I actually never used an auction house to buy.
Really?
Which is weird. I don't know why, but
honestly, your PC does look like an auction house PC. Like if I look through a catalog, like you see them occasionally.
I never have. I put what was it? My Clemente item up for auction, but I never bid on anything before. That's not on eBay, but I should because I know I'm missing out on a lot.
There's a lot of really cool rare stuff in there.
I know, and
sometimes it slides. Like you can find some stuff that doesn't really get many bids. Other times you're like, damn, I did not expect to give them for that much money.
Yeah, our Twitter group's always sending good.
That's
offers.
A really good supply of everything.
Yeah, it's great. Perfect.
Definitely more baseball side than other sports or non-sports, but still, like, you'll find what you want.
A lot of knowledge.
And honestly, if anyone's new to vintage, that's probably your best bet. Like, join some of these Twitter groups, like DM groups, or also just on the thread and network with people because you're gonna pick up a lot of new sets. Like, if you see something that's not in there, you just ask a question. Like, multiple people will respond with what they know, and you really accelerate your knowledge.
Yep. Usually, we'll answer within like a minute. I'll answer you within like a minute.
Faster than Chat GTP.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to actually.
What's up, Dave?
Oh, I have to hop on a flight early tomorrow to Charlotte or Charleston. Unfortunately.
Dang.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys have any other questions, we'll ask them now, and then we'll end off the stream. Then.
Sorry, is it a little early on you?
No, you're good, man. I have a flight tomorrow afternoon after work to go to Utah for their card show. It's gonna be a long day.
We have a wedding to go to, and be a nice long weekend. So
be fun. You got to hit up a local show over there.
I was thinking about it. I get there tomorrow, and then I'm there. I leave Sunday morning.
Oh, you can hang out with me and Cheney. He's in Charleston.
Oh, really?
You guys got to do that. Go to a show together. Buy some vintage.
I was actually thinking about looking it up because there's not much else to do there for only a day. So there's one in town. Let me know.
Card show. There you go. John, you got to make a Twitter, man. Join the group. And Jake says, the guy at work brought some old cards another day. They weren't worth much, but they were cool. Track and field. Yep, that's the same boxing set. We're there. Which one you're talking about? 20% is high. 10% fire speed would be more acceptable. They are expensive, man. And then, thank you guys. Safe trips.
Appreciate
it. 30s, new beginnings. And then no card shows here. Oh, man. Either way, you guys got to meet, though. Like,
nice. That's actually one of the first channels I started watching here.
It's a good one to start with.
Yep, absolutely.
But yeah, any last minute questions, guys? If not, I really appreciate you hanging out. Next week, we're actually going to have on music cards. So one of the guys that I look up to on Instagram and actually I've learned quite a bit from is going to jump on here and show you some of his rock and roll cards and pieces that he's acquired. A lot of stuff that I have never seen before. So it's always really cool to figure out these sets. And the best part about at least the music and non-sports side of things is no one knows the dating on it. No one knows if a card's really a rookie card or not, because what you know is a rookie card today, 2 years from now, someone will discover something earlier. Damn it. You're like, I thought I spent 5 years searching for this card, and then you find out something else pops up. Absolutely. And then Hunter says, if you build it, Dave will come. So we're going to end it off on that. And then, guys, we're doing SGC group subs. Link is on the website as well. We're finished for our February sub, but we have one coming in early March. So if you need to get anything graded, let us know. Anyways, thank you guys. Make sure to follow Dylan on CardsStory on Twitter, Vintage Sales Thread every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Ton of great deals to be found and a lot of really unique pieces.
Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
No problem. See you guys next week.
Yes.